What's up everyone, and welcome to Wednesday's edition of Reptile News. Now we're going to start off today in Maine, where a woman's found a lizard in her lettuce. And we're not talking about a lizard on the lettuce in the garden. We're talking this woman made a salad of pre-prepared romaine lettuce purchased at the store and found a dead lizard in it. Now apparently this lettuce was packaged out of California and sold to a place called Shaw's Supermarket. Now I guess a biologist has said that the lizard appears to be a bluebelly, which makes sense, as Sceloporus occidentalis, I believe. Don't quote me on that though, my memory is not the greatest as it used to be. But which would make sense because that lizard is a very, very common native of California here where I live. Now, apparently this was reported to the local health department, which said it's out of California. It was packaged in a different state, so it was turned over to the FDA, who has said that they're investigating, although they won't comment on it due to the ongoing investigation. And Shaw's Supermarket has also put out a statement saying that they've contacted their supplier to see what they can do to prevent this from happening again. Now, you know, it's really funny because to a lot of people this is really not a story, but then to a lot of people it is, because we've talked about this just a few times over the years. And if you ask me, just my personal opinion of this is a few times way too many. I mean, I am like, I don't know about you guys, but when I eat, I'm critical over it. I mean, if I find so much as a hair close to my dinner plate, I'm done. I'm done. I can't eat it. And I mean, call me what you want, that's fine, but I would have to just assume if something like that, putting myself in her shoes, or some of the other people we've spoke about over the years that have found reptiles in their salads and foods and stuff, I would have to think that even though I'm a reptile person, it would be just you know what I mean? But anyway, let's move on to a story about an ancient fossil that was dug up way back when in the 50s that has finally been designated a new species of prehistoric lizard. Now the fossil was dug up, like I said, it was in the 50s in a rock quarry in South Wales, which way back when was just a bunch of little islands with small prehistoric lizards related to the Totara of New Zealand. And this fossil is pretty much just from what it sounds like, sat since the 50s. Well, it's finally been compared to other fossils of the region and named a new species, which is pretty awesome. It's amazing how some of this stuff is found, and it's crazy. Somebody commented, and I wish I could remember the name, I don't. Somebody commented on Monday's video and said something to the effect of, I think if we looked, we could find a new species every day. And I so much agree to that to an extent. I think there's so much of this world that we don't know about, and there's so much of this world that's not around anymore. This thing was around in the Triassic period, which is just amazing. I mean, you think about everything we can learn about what we haven't found, both living and fossilized, and also what evolution is going to provide in the future. It's amazing. It's a plethora of information out there. It's something I would love to get into, but I'm just not smart enough to do. Who knows, maybe someday. And now let's move on to Australia, where, you know, it's a non-story, but I'm going to bring it up because it's that time of year, or it's close to that time of year, where a family has found a deadly snake in their hose reel. And they don't say, this is just a video by MSN.com. They don't say what it is, and I don't know enough about Australian snakes to be able to identify it on this video. Of course, I'll leave a link in the description on the website so you guys can go and maybe identify it and tell me what it is. But it's just a good time of year to warn people that these things are coming out. You know, we here in California, Northern California, we're seeing temperatures of 70 degrees here in early February, which is, I mean, it's absolutely unheard of, but it's just that thing, you know. And obviously they don't, I mean, I'm not seeing any reptiles moving around here because we're still not dealing with like a 12 and 12 light cycle. We're still dealing with like a 10 and 14 being wintertime. But at the same time, in a lot of places all over the world, things are warming up, snakes are coming out, they're going to be coming out here really soon, and you just got to be careful. Whether you're a snake person, whether you're not a snake person, you just got to be careful. You don't want to get bit, trust me. And that, my friends, is going to be all your news for this Wednesday. If you'd like to read any more about these stories, those links are right down below here in the description. And as always, if you're still watching, my name is Jason White. Now you know what's going on in the reptile world. Be good to each other, and we'll see you Friday.